under the hood of 2025 Kia Sorento facelift hybrid all-wheel drive. It's my friend's brand new car, so it was really simple as that. Welcome to Cars in Korea. I introduce newly released Genesis Hyundai and Kia cars. The car I have behind me today is 2025 Kia Sorento facelift hybrid all-wheel drive fully loaded model. And come check this out. This car is actually a day old. So that is the date when the car was manufactured, and I am actually shooting the video on March 22nd. So it's literally a day old. And this is a temporary license plate here in Korea that's only good for, look at that, 9 days. So it's actually made out of just the wood, or the thick paper I should say. That is the regular license plate, whereas that is a day old temporary license plate right there. For your information, I actually do have an in-depth review on this facelift Sorento inside out, both exterior wise, interior wise. So it's already been like 6 months here in Korea that we first got Sorento. Well, at least that's when it was first introduced. The most sold vehicle among Sorento and all-new Santa Fe are actually hybrids. People are choosing hybrids over internal combustion engines lately. He told me he waited about 2 months to get his car delivered. However, it's over 7 months since this Sorento actually first revealed itself to the public. Finally, people are getting their cars delivered. Fingers crossed. I hope this Sorento facelift will arrive where you are. The reason why I pointed that out is because I actually made a number of videos on this facelift Sorento alone. The review of the car itself, exterior, interior wise, and also the test drive, the POV, the night drive, and also comparison video to that of the competitor, all new Santa Fe. List just goes on and on. I had the regular ICE, the gasoline petrol model, and also the hybrid model. However, that was the two-wheel drive. Once again, as the title suggested, this car is actually the loaded model. You cannot include any more option inside this Sorento because this car has gotten it all, and I mean everything. The reason why I am shooting today's video is actually, well, I came down to ask him why he chose Sorento over all-new Santa Fe, because, well, I get that question asked all the time on my channel, and I was personally curious about the reason behind it too. I would have gone with all-new Santa Fe, but the reasons he gave me really convinced me and was all adequate and all reasonable excuses or reasons behind as to why he went with that. He told me the cars actually do feel quite different when it comes to the drive. The two-wheel drive hybrid versus the all-wheel drive hybrid, which this car is. And I did not test drive all-wheel drive Sorento hybrid yet. That's why I'm here today. I actually have been test driving Tucson hybrid facelift for a whole week, over 500 kilometers. So I really have a good idea or have that feeling of what the car is supposed to feel like and drive like. And on top of that, I actually test drove hybrid Staria. So there is this gigantic van from Staria that is currently being sold here in Korea. Now is this Sorento hybrid, and all of them share the same powertrain. It's all 1.6 turbo with 6-speed automatic. There are a bit of techs and features that was included in certain cars and not, such as Tucson facelift hybrid actually got what's called baby mode, and on its class for the first time it can change the region brake levels and all, which Sorento has it all already from. I mean, because it is a flagship SUV. Put aside Telluride because we don't get that car here in Korea. I'm not so sure if Sorento facelift has baby mode. I'll definitely check it out. That was a very long intro. I really do understand why people would go with Sorento, and they say that it's the design. Let's go test drive this car and tell you all about the reasons why he chose the Sorento facelift over all new Santa Fe. Let's go check it out. The telescopic here is all motorized. What you see inside this car is the best Sorento you can get. Piano black interior all throughout. The ventilated heated seats right there at the tap of your finger. It's really direct and intuitive, as you can see. Press hold for a few seconds. You can completely turn it off. The 12.3-inch monitors, dual right and left. Also gets CCNC, the latest technology from Hyundai Motor Group. You can have all this updated with the OTA over-the-air service. And this center console, you can press around to to change your navigation settings or press that to go into your AC settings and everything. I like the fact that there are the 4 buttons right here that are frequently used: defrosting the front windshield, the rear heated glasses, and also auto climate button. So you can do all this with a push of a button, so you don't really actually have to change into the climate mode unless you want to change the details. There is the driver only button, which is the hybrid exclusive feature and button right here. I really don't want to spend the whole video repeating what I did in my previous video, so let me just focus on that all-wheel drive. The motor is currently running, no doubt. You can check the real-time power distribution, and of course the car being a hybrid, the front wheel based car, I see when the engine engages, most of the power is derived from the front wheels first and is shared and delivered to the rear wheels adequately. I actually want to put the car into the smart mode because I want to feel everything that this hybrid has got to offer, which is the e-motion, the e-ride, e-drive, e-DTVC. This whole thing is also mentioned in my previous video, actually in my Santa Fe hybrid video, so please refer to that. I will definitely drop a link to that because there's a lot of technology put behind. I don't really want to give you a false information. So the car currently has 25 kilometers on the odometer, the driving range of 953 kilometers. Is that gonna go up in eco? Nope. So eco, sport, and smart. I want to leave it at the smart. When the light change, let's check out how fast it picks up the speed. Just check out the torque and the power really quick and brief. So put the car into sport mode. Quite surprising, even in the sport mode, the engine remains shut off. Usually the engine would fire up to deliver the maximum power possible at an instant, but we'll see. So when the light change, I will hit the car just a little bit. It's my friend's brand new car, so all right, instant torque thanks to the motor, and again, I was not able to floor it. There was something stopping me from flooring the car. Again, it's brand new car, couldn't do it, I'm sorry. However, I really do feel that strong torque, all-wheel drive right there. Not the best condition road here. It has a bit of unpaved area and uneven roads, but it just feels as cozy as all other hybrid cars that I have test driven. But I certainly do feel more room that this car has with the wheelbase. Regardless of the trim you get, it is all LED matrix standard on this Sorento facelift. Favorite feature by far, the digital center mirror. He really got this loaded model. Some of the test drivers even are not fully loaded, but this car very much is. You see, you can get this 360 view cams, the cameras all around the car, and it's using camera footage on the side mirrors, giving us this real-time 360 view. Just like all hybrids are, it's really cozy to drive in cities and also in congested areas like the place we are on right now. Wherever there is a frequent stop and go, like there is no stress driving this vehicle whatsoever. Wow. The engine just fired up to provide more extra power, but I did not feel a thing. Based on my past week of experience test driving the Tucson hybrid facelift, it's much more quieter on this Sorento, I mean for the obvious reason. It's also providing me better drive RNH, ride and handling in terms of this unpaved area and roads. The NVH, noise vibration and harshness, the noise cancellation. So that actually is the benefit of driving a vehicle after one another. You see, I can tell you with a confidence that Sorento is at least a few more notches above Tucson. I mean, it of course makes sense. Picking up the speed without a stress, just super cozy. I love that. I love the car. Like hybrids are my personal favorite type of engine or motor or powertrain, I should say. If I have charging facility ready at my home or work, I would have already bought an EV, of course. However, that's not the case. For the time being, hybrid really is like the best of the both worlds to me. You don't have that hassle of charging your vehicle every now and then. If I were to tell you that it's completely different from two-wheel drive Sorento hybrid, I think I would be lying. It might be a bit difficult and tricky for anyone to pinpoint what the difference is. Of course, the car has all of the hybrid vibe and sensation to it. This all-wheel drive really makes it feel like that I am driving much more powerful car than this car is. Sorento Hybrid put together pushes less than 300 horsepower. I'll be including the spec right now on the screen. Not all that powerful, if you will. It's not like 400, 500 horsepower car, no. But it really feels like I am driving at least a mid 300 horsepower thanks to instant torque from the motor and this soft engagement with the engine and transmission. The engine and motor working together harmoniously kind of gives me like that 50 extra horsepower than this car actually is. I can actually feel that. We got some busy streets right here and we got big cars, trucks all around, but it's super quiet, cozy, and driving it around in cities, this BVM, blind spot view monitor, comes in super handy. As you just saw, it gives me both audio and visual alerts in terms of the blind spots. So if there's a vehicle, you're not supposed to make the lane change, it gives me the alert, as we all just saw. So I actually want to dig through some of the CCNC right here, and I want to check and find out if there is the baby mode in this car. No, it's rating? No way. Turning off the car, this is the ceremony we're gonna get.
When you select Update Now, the screen will turn off and the navigation update will start.
Not getting it because of that. It happened before, but it's still the same thing. So sleek. And it's curved towards the driver, as you can see, just like that. Beautiful car. Maybe it was because I didn't open up the door. Oh yeah. There we go. Oh, stupid me. So it was actually that. Let's go take a look at the car from the outside just a little more. What's under the hood? And of course comes with the gas lift. Under the hood of 2025 Kia Sorento facelift hybrid, all-wheel drive. The good old 1.6 turbo that we know of, hooked up with the electric motor, 6-speed automatic. So it's nothing out of the ordinary, to be honest. There's also the sound absorbents under the hood, adding on to that NVH that I've been telling you about. That is the digital center mirror and 12.3-inch monitors. CCNC dual-inch monitors, all self-explanatory, and the best part is that you can actually move it around like this and then personalize the menu too. So feel free to pause the video and read through all of the options, but this is with the smart cruise control and hybrid only. Right here you can actually set your coasting guide. This tech and feature was there before, but if it's your first time, be sure to come into this menu and check everything what's suitable for you. When to lift your foot off the accelerator to get the best MPG possible. Feel free to read through all this, and it's quite self-explanatory right here. So, and yeah, it comes with the Ergo Motion seat right here. So press on these buttons, you get the Ergo Motion seat. This is the best feature, hands down. I absolutely love that. And just look how spacious this car is. Oh my God. And that wide panoramic sunroof, that is something that Santa Fe does not get. When you have the shades uncovered, that alone actually makes a huge difference. Just watch the amount of sunlight coming into the cabin. I would always include the wide panoramic sunroof on any car. I actually include it on my Veloster N2. It's a tiny hatchback, but you see, it's like the nighttime now. Probably the camera is doing the white balance adjustment here, so you probably don't really notice it all that much, but it really does feel quite different when you are actually seeing it for yourself in person. Well, let me get back and wrap up today's video by telling you the reason why my friend chose Sorento over all new Santa Fe. I actually still did not talk about that yet. All right, so time to move, let's go. All right, so as I told you, there is no baby mode on this facelift hybrid Sorento. Probably it will be included on the next model, or it might be that Hyundai is just testing the water with the Tucson facelift hybrid model, so who knows. But again, the beautiful part is this car comes with the CCNC, right? So if possible, Hyundai Motor Group will actually make an update without having to pay a visit to the dealership. That's the beauty about the CCNC with the OTA. Of course, you can also watch the OTT services, Netflix, Netflix. It's not serviced here in Korea, but it might be different depending on a country to another. So double check. I really hope it doesn't rain. It drizzled just a little bit, so left some stain on the front windshield, but it's not raining. Well, I don't think my friend would want the rain. When he told me that he bought Sorento hybrid, I'm like, well, congratulations, you got an awesome car. Like, it's a great car. I actually would love to change my car into a hybrid. Well, FYI, I currently drive a Kia Seltos gasoline model. Let me make it clear to you that I'm not biased on a specific car, but I just absolutely love hybrid regardless of which car it is. I mean, even the Staria hybrid that I test drove yesterday, I love that car too. It provided me a crazy amount of sitting position on the second row. Watch that video. I mean, I'm deviating just a little too much because I'm not really reviewing the Sorento hybrid. So I asked my friend why Sorento hybrid over all-new Santa Fe and also other competitors. The answer was pretty much simple. He is married, but he doesn't have any kids. So it's only him and his wife that will be driving this car around. 99% of the time, they will not be sitting on the second row seats. They have a car of their own. So that's a little bit of a background information about him. For that reason, he didn't really need every inch of a space when it comes to a car. And it didn't really have to be like super big car either. The era of the EV, well, some say that it's already here, quote unquote. He says that it will flourish in next few years to come. The same reason as I don't have an EV right now. So he doesn't have the charging facility at home nor at his workplace. EV is a bit burdensome when it comes to the charging experience for him and I at the moment. So he looked around and questioned himself if there is a car that will hold its value and would be a great car to drive before the complete era of EV comes in the next few years, because he is definitely getting an EV. So that is the ultimate requirement that he had in mind. He started crossing out a few cars, going through his checklist. The Sorento is the one that actually survived, if you will. When it came to my friend, he actually preferred the design of Sorento over all-new Santa Fe. I didn't ask him this question, but I think he also bought the white car because it is one of the most welcomed and sought out color combination here in Korea. So it was really simple as that. He bought Sorento because he is waiting to switch over to an EV, but infrastructure here at the moment isn't really the best one just yet. Korea is actually one of the most advanced EV infrastructure when it comes to the whole EV environment in the world. It's not the most adequate car at the moment for him. So it really boils down to a simple logic, if you will. In a nutshell, he needed a car that he can drive around before buying his first EV. He needed a car that will actually hold its resale value for after driving it for a few years. He personally preferred the design of Sorento over all-new Santa Fe, and he did not need an every inch of that extra space Santa Fe has over Sorento, so therefore that's the reason why he bought the car. He likes the design inside out, and it is the best car that Kia has got to offer at the moment here in Korea because we don't get Telluride. So it was really simple as that. Just look at this. This is what I'm talking about. The beauty about the hybrids. It just pushes the car out forward. No problem, no hassle, no stress whatsoever. Power is there. The transition is smooth. I can go on and on and on. I love hybrids. God. Once again, if you came to this video looking for the detailed review of the car exterior, interior, and the test drive, there is a video on my channel. Feel free to check that out. And a bit of power right here. It's very cozy, comfy to drive around. With the all-wheel drive model, it really feels like the car is gripping the tarmac stronger and more compared to other two-wheel drives. What more can I say? This is one of the best car that Hyundai Motor Group has got to offer when it comes to SUV and hybrid combination. The only thing that I really wished the car would have had is the hands-on detection HOD feature. On your Santa Fe, you just have to hold anywhere in the steering wheel with 2 or more fingers. The car will detect and know that you have your hands on the steering wheel, but that's not the case with Sorento facelift, as you saw. It still is the good old torque feedback basis, so you have to shake the steering wheel every now and then. I don't think that's going to be a deal breaker because both of the cars get HDA2, which is the latest ADAS from Hyundai Motor Group family. So that really is it for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe and like Cars in Korea if you did, and I'll see you in the next video. And huge shout out, big shout out to my friend for letting me come down, test drive his brand new car, a day old car.